So I know about sound.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. Week number, I don't know. Day number, I don't know. All I know is that I need a haircut. I can't comb my hair.
Right.
I'm distraught. But it's another week, Ball Chat Podcast. We have a special guest on with us today. I'll soon introduce it to him, but the family is here as usual. Benton, come on, and the special guest. So Benton, what go on, General?
Hail up, King. Doing well. How are you? How are you? How's
Well,
the farming, brother?
I'm like a madman. I need a haircut.
Why you look like it? You look like it.
Shut up.
Come on, Wagwan.
Then I take it easy.
Happy Easter, family. Happy Easter to those who celebrate. But we have a special guest joining us, football family. Yeah. Man, I'll put a YWNA. Liverpool heart and soul himself. Man who ride or die with the
heart and soul.
Heart and soul. Man,
yes, sir.
Kick that towards goal and we still can't find the ball. Liverpool.
But I need a goalkeeper and a goal. If a goalkeeper didn't have a goal, I have reference. So that's why the shot them go so far, you know?
All right. And Marco, welcome to the show, football family. Marco is one of those that has followed us from the jump. He ride with us. We often disagree when it comes to Liverpool, but he don't know and love and ride with football no matter what. So welcome and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man, blessed.
Football family, as usual, Ball Chat is centered around reviewing the week's major news in the world of football, aka soccer. We know that most of us are under some sort of quarantine or restriction in our movements regarding the pandemic. For the next hour or so, or close to an hour, we'll try to take your mind off the current climate, the current situation while going out the road, and just talk about some football, discuss some football. At the top end of the show, we'll discuss some of the major news, and this week we had a bag of news. And at the back end, we'll talk to Mark about his love of the sport and how he got attracted to the game itself and so forth. If you're joining us on Island Sports Network, send on your comments or question, Island Sports Network YouTube page, Ball Chat Facebook page, or Ball Chat YouTube page. Send on your comments or question. It's an interactive show. So, kicking it off, I mean, come on, we're going to start with you because Barcelona, one of the major news this week is Barcelona being in the circus. Last week, you beat Liverpool fans bad because of Liverpool deciding to furlough staff and depending on tax dollars. Liverpool have since reversed that, but enters Barcelona. Barcelona's 6 board of directors have resigned. They have furloughed staff depending on tax dollars. And Barcelona allegedly have paid an i3 Venture company, i3 Ventures, a company to smear former players, smear presidential campaign, and smear some current players online. A lot is going on at Barcelona. More than a club. What's going on? Come on.
Listen, we're not going to go into the hearsay business with the i3 foolishness. Let us not talk about that part. But I must say that
this is not hearsay. This is information directly from ESPN FC inside information.
But listen, I am so disappointed with Barcelona. They're the second richest football club. And they are doing this even though players have taken a deep pay cut. I am really, really, really disappointed. I'm not even sure what they're doing with the money. What are they doing with their money?
Yeah, but is that all you have to say? Come on, you don't have anything to say about the smearing players online, the allegations.
Listen,
you don't have anything to say about
Benton, I have not seen that. I cannot speak to that. The smearing part. I know that players, ex-players, current players have disagreements. So I don't know. I don't see why they need a third party to come in or whatever. Are you saying that they're paying trolls to talk about players like Perlo, players like, I don't understand. So I'm not going to speak about that because I don't know. But the furloughing of the staff is troublesome.
Yeah, okay.
It is troublesome. I mean, listen, this is Barcelona. The players took, 80% pay cut, and you still had to furlough staff. Something is wrong with the books over by Barcelona. So guess what? No, they wanted Mbappe. He's not going to go. And they wanted Neymar back. They can't afford anybody. So no player is going to go to Barcelona because they just can't afford them.
All right, we're going to get a different opinion because come on is going around the bush on this one. Big up Kerry James. Kerry James said, Masque un club. Thanks for starting with this topic. Dwayne, Leslie, big up yourself watching us on Island Sports Network. Marco, you are the Liverpool fan.
Yes.
Joining us today. Your thoughts on this whole fiasco that's going on at Barcelona? One of those who resigned also claimed that some their members were actually taking money, stealing from the pot also. This is a fiasco.
Listen. Barcelona, they are in tatters right now. In tatters. It's the beginning and the end for Barcelona, and it's been coming for some time now. There's been inner fighting within Barcelona for some time now. People are saying that Messi is like a dictator, and a lot of people are not comfortable with him, and he's causing a lot of trouble, and he's stifling a lot of young players at Barcelona. And then now this Barcelona, it's the beginning of the end for Barcelona, because I think Messi's not going to stay here for long. Messi's going to leave. I don't know where he's going to go, but he's definitely going to leave Barcelona. And as far as Liverpool is concerned, I just have one thing to say about that, U.S. owners. So that's just the whole thing about it, you know? U.S. owners, and something like that happening, it's very disappointing, but it's really not surprising.
Okay. So regarding the youth, but Liverpool have since reversed course. Big up yourself, Dalton, watching us on Facebook. Dalton said, Wagwan, ball chat. Junior Pringle, your thoughts on this, engineer? Barcelona, the fiasco, Liverpool reverse course. They said they heard the backlash, and they went ahead and tried to explain the reason behind their initial decision, but they reversed course. But bigger than Liverpool, Barcelona is party shop.
Big party
Talk
shop.
to me, Junior.
Well,
I mean, six members of the board resigned. Allegations of people stealing money, smearing players online, furloughing staff. Weird. What kind of foolishness? Come on and make up our face.
Well,
Junior,
let me channel my inner selector now, because rest in peace to the great Squingy. And a lot of people are wondering, where the hell am I going with these people? I don't come me here, my beard was cut, I'm going crazy over here in quarantine. So just work with me, okay? But at Pier 1, in one of the world clashes, Radigan played some wicked tune. And when Squingy come up and Squingy say, David Radigan will come up here and give you the history. All me know so when that tune I drop it boss. Come on. You beat Liverpool. You beat Man U. Listen to me. Peter Touch have a bad tune. If you live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
And if you can't take blow,
but don't throw blow.
Don't throw blow. All right, come on. You get the final say on this. I mean, you're a diehard Barcelona fan. What do you expect at the outcome of this? Do you think these allegations will lead to major sort of structural change or improvement once we get on the back end of this situation?
I hope so. I really hope that Barcelona get them affairs in order. The president, he can't serve another term. He's, the elections coming up, summer 2021. So I am disappointed. I mean, there's nothing else for me to say. What else? Make a beat them bad boy what? I am just disappointed. They got the players to take a pay cut, and they still went ahead and so I'm disappointed. So hopefully they can clean house with the directors, the board, quitting. I hope we get new and fresh ideas and new blood into Barcelona, because, as I said, they're a party shop. When you're comparing Barcelona to the JFA, things bad. Things are definitely bad. So I am really disappointed in a club like that.
Come on.
Yes.
When you say it's election again?
I think it's summer 2021.
That was pre-COVID, yeah? Post-COVID, they will push it back 2 more years.
Everything push.
So we have him for 2 more years.
Big up Damian Stevenson watching us on Island Sports Network. He says, good evening, y'all. Bless up. Just a check-in. Happy Easter to those ones and ones who celebrate, and happy Sunday to the rest of the football family. Join us. We're talking about the fiasco of Barcelona Football Club. Pivoting away from Barcelona, come on. Real Madrid players decided to take 30%. You were quick to point out that Barcelona players took a 70% cut in salary, whereas Real Madrid is looking at a 20%, 10 to 20% cut. But Real Madrid haven't furloughed staff. Do you think that's enough so far for Real Madrid players to accept the cut in staff?
I mean, yeah. Listen. I am not one to police a professional player's money. It's their money. We don't know what that particular player is doing for the cause behind closed doors or whatever. So if that's what they agreed on, if that's what Real Madrid agreed on, then of course, why not give whatever the agreement is for? I don't blame them.
Okay.
At least they're not, listen, at least they're not furloughing workers.
Yeah, as it currently stand. All right, so Marco, your big club Liverpool reverse course this week. You know, they decided to pay the non-playing staff.
Yeah.
But on the back burner of this week, you have a documentary that came out on Rocket 10 TV about Sadio Mane. It says Sadio Mane titled and made in Senegal. And a bit of controversial statement in the documentary. Klopp admitted that he thought Mane was a rapper when he first met him. Do you take any sort of issues with that? Some says that border into maybe racial stereotyping, or is there anything as a fact?
No, I don't really. I don't see that. I don't see that as any racial comment. Yeah. I know the times we're living in right now, people are really sensitive, and you can't. It's the worst time for even stand-up comedians right now. You can't really crack any joke right now or anything. So, no, not really. Honestly, knowing the man himself, knowing a bit about the man himself, Klopp himself. No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Yeah. And it was Klopp who brought that stuff up in the documentary itself. I mean, it was one, he admitted that he was wrong, and then subsequently he has learned from that. Come on. Your assessment of that, is there's anything racial or prejudicial or stereotypical about that statement by Klopp? Big up Jason Frame watching us on Ball Chat. Heal up family, hopefully you see it.
You know, as Martha said, knowing the person who said it, you're kind of like disappointed that he said it in that moment. So he judged the book by its cover. He saw a player that looks like a rapper. I really don't know what that means, because Mane does not look like Eminem, and Eminem is a rapper. So I'm not sure what he meant. So I don't understand what he meant by look like a rapper. You have different kinds of look. He looks nothing like Wiz Khalifa. He doesn't look anything like those. So I think he judged him by the way he looked. Maybe he didn't want to say he looked like a thug, but he said his hat was askew. He had blonde
streak.
He looked like a rapper.
And I think his attitude, because he even
there goes the Merkel internet again.
Yeah, man, that's a club. That's a club, people.
Right. So he judged a book by its cover, but he is a big enough man to come back to say, listen, I judged him, because nobody asked. I mean, it's not like somebody had a gotcha moment, right? He actually volunteered the information. So he said, you know what, I judged this book by its cover incorrectly, and now he's here as a part of the Liverpool family. So, I mean, I'm disappointed that he said it then, but I can respect Klopp as the person that he is to say, you know, he made a mistake. He shouldn't have judged him that way. And I hope other coaches use that too as an example of not to judge a young player or a player by the way, you know, he or she looks.
Like Pep.
Exactly. If it was Pep, you could say something. You understand what I said? But it was the Pep.
Sadio Mane made in Senegal, now out on Rakuten TV for free. Junior, you have any thoughts on that whole comment?
I have a quick question. Why is it that saying somebody like a rapper is a negative connotation?
And there you go too.
That alone in itself is a problem amongst us right now, because what if he said, oh, he looked like Will Smith? Oh, every black man looked the same to you? Well, what if he said look like President Obama? Oh, just because he's making a lot of money, he must look like the most famous black man? It sounds like it's a lose-lose situation in the long run. And the only thing I question right now is not whether Klopp is racist. I question his taste in music, because of which rapper him know look like that. So,
but Junior, I kind of disagree a little bit, because in this instance, he didn't choose Mane because one of the things he found wrong with Mane was that he looks like a rapper. So it's not us saying that, oh, being a rapper is a bad thing. At that moment, I think Klopp thought that looking like a rapper, wanting to play for Borussia Dortmund, wasn't something in his plans. It wasn't in his plans. So he made his team as if being a rapper is not what he wanted for his team.
So my question now is this then. What if he said he looked like a musician? Because maybe it's not the rap music, maybe not the hip hop. It's the fact that he probably think that he want to come there and pull a Memphis Depay or pull a Pogba. Pull a Sterling. Want concentrate on music.
Sterling concentrating on music?
I picked those players because it is the wrong connotation again. But what if that was where he was going? Would it make a difference not to us, because none of us here think he's racist. But do you think it would have made a difference to the people out there that are throwing the flag, saying, "Oh, that's racist"?
I think it would, because that was one of the reasons why he did not select him for Borussia Dortmund.
Well,
so I think that's what we're saying. We're saying you didn't pick him, you didn't choose him, you didn't sign him because you thought he looked like this. So if he said, "Oh, I thought he looked like Mr. World or Mr. Universe," then we would say, okay, you don't want a Mr. Universe on your team, so something is wrong with being a Mr. Universe. So for us, I don't think he's racist. We've seen Klopp take players and mold them black, white, Spanish. So we've never heard a player say that Klopp is not inclusive. So as Marcus said, we are not saying it's a bad thing for him, because we know the person. It's not a Pep.
I think what Junior Pringle is saying is how people look at a rapper. The stereotypical way people look at a rapper as being bad. So that is why he made the conjunction between the musician and the rapper. Like if he had said musician, people would say, okay, whatever. But because he said rapper, so those people who are offended, I think they are saying something offensive by saying rapper is a bad look.
Yeah, I see.
And Dalton is our Jason is saying this for me is a non-issue. Dalton is saying, why is it that an issue saying someone looks like a rapper? Yeah, same thing. He also said that, so saying he looks like a CEO would have been a great thing. Jason Frame saying racism is real, but nowadays you can't say nothing without it being dissected. Nothing wrong with what the man said. True.
And just to get the exact comment from Klopp, he says, quote, "There was a really young guy sitting there. His baseball cap was askew, the blonde streak he still has today. He looked like a rapper just starting out. I thought, I don't have time for this." End quote. Klopp at least big enough to admit that he made a mistake. He says, quote, "I'd say I have a pretty good feeling for people, but I was wrong!" Exclamation, end quote. This was when he was at Dortmund and he was introduced. He was dismissive of the thing, but he did admit that, yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah. Benja, 1 second. Just have to make Marco know. Jason Frame said, when I couldn't find one better guest host than the Bug supporter there. Big up Marco Pratt.
Yeah.
I know, man. A Man U. That sound like a Man U comment.
No, it's an Arsenal.
Oh, God, even worse. Oh, man.
And we'll stick it to the Premier League. I will get to the Premier League, get to Arsenal in a little bit. We still don't have agreement between the players and the Football Club Association in England. 30% was on the demand by the clubs. We still have the players took the initiative to form a charitable organization to try to help the situation with COVID-19. Marco, your thoughts on this, and will there ever be any agreement come of this between the
Well, well, when it comes to money, there's always going to be issues between players and and the owners, and so I think the players going ahead and doing something by themselves would be even better than waiting on the logistics of the clubs and the owners, and just to wait on them. No, they should just go ahead and do something by themselves.
Yeah. So come on, it seems like each club may have to work out their own deal now with the players. Is that a pretty much the best fit scenario, do you think?
I don't think so. I think it should be a collective thing. I mean, but I think what's going on here, the players are angry that they feel that they're being bullied or being forced. I mean, let's be fair. They made it seem as if the players had to or have to take a pay cut, right? So I think Wayne Rooney and Jordan Henderson and Milner and just the senior players in the Premier League, I think they were offended or they are offended that they think they have to take a pay cut. And they're saying that they don't think they should take a pay cut. But what they are doing, though, they're willing to discuss deferrals on the condition that they're guaranteed to get their money back. So I think what they're saying now, they'll take a pay cut, but get their money back at the end. So it's going to be interesting. And I think it's a collective thing because I think if, for example, Man U decides that, oh, my players are going to take only a 20% pay cut, and then Arsenal players are forced to take a 40 or a 50% pay cut, I think there's going to be discord in the Premier League.
Yeah. Former Tottenham chairman Alan Sugar in an ESPN article was quite critical of the players for not, and you kind of seen this song and dance again, right? Alan Sugar said a lot of clubs cannot afford this. They work from hand to mouth. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but they spend every single penny they can on player transfer.
But that's not the players' fault.
And to that end,
it's not the players' fault.
By the time they come to agreement, this people that by the time they come to agreement on what to do, it makes no sense.
It's over.
Yeah.
But at some point, for the survival of the club, if there's no club.
But Benton,
yes.
if you look at this, if you have a housekeeper and you guys agreed on a 5-year deal where she come in and you pay her $100,000 a year, right? And I'm like, she insists that she's not taking a pay cut, or you are going to come back and say, listen, I can't pay you $100,000 the second year. It's gonna be. I was like, we made an agreement. If you knew that you could not afford $100,000 per year, then you should not have proposed it. You shouldn't have allowed us to sign a contract agreeing that you will pay it. It's not the players' fault that the clubs go out there and give ridiculous money.
Right.
Like Alexis Sanchez now. Alexis Sanchez is picking up Manchester United and robbing them blind. Harper is doing the same thing. I mean, come on now. But you can't blame them because the clubs agreed on a salary. Pay the people and their money.
And I hear you. And Junior Pringle, I want to chime in here in a little bit since you brought up Alexis Sanchez. But pre-COVID-19, anything goes. DAZN, streamer of the EPL in Canada and other parts of the world, have already decided that it's going to stop making some payments to the EPL. And other broadcasting companies are also thinking along the same thing. There's no money coming in for the club owners. Junior Pringle, where are they supposed to get this money since they paid so much to these players? Need a cut. What are your thoughts?
Get which money and for what?
Huh?
Get which money and for what?
So currently they're still paying the salaries, right? They need to cut salaries to actually survive, to pay off other non-playing staff, and to maintain some sort of operational daily operational activities.
Yeah, it's a simple fix. The players get paid. Players get paid per game, right?
Yeah, but they still are honoring. They get paid honoring their contracts, not per game. They still get their payment. That's why Juventus deferred their payments during the pandemic.
Yeah, but
I think Southampton players also stepped forward this week and deferred their payments post-pandemic.
No, but what
So,
I'm saying is, it's a
yeah.
simple fix. Yo, players, give a half of the game checks that are left, and we pay the staff, we pay the workers. That should be more than enough. If you take half of the remaining game checks from every player from a team, you should have enough money to pay your staff and give out the players some money, right? I would think so. And everybody will come out happy. Everybody will come out smelling like roses. Everybody will come out thinking that they are the hero. The elephant in the room is this. Whenever Corvid-19 decide to go about its business and give us a chance to go back to the real world, good luck trying to mediate that conversation between the players and the owners to start playing football again. Good luck. That is the elephant in the room right now. And I think ultimately this is what I honestly, and it's going to sound terrible, but I honestly don't feel that both sides are really worried about the staff. They are worried about this upcoming negotiation about when they're going to start playing and who want to give up leverage right now. That's just my humble feeling.
Okay, and that may be the case. That may be the case.
But well,
Yeah,
a second. So in every contract they have appearance money, a bonus money. They're not playing.
Exactly.
So with the bonus money they would have paid. I mean, listen. As of today, I do not want to hear anybody say anything bad about a single mother who is working minimum wage or the poor people who they're saying that must always have rainy day funds. You can't tell me 1 month, 2 months, and clubs are declaring bankruptcy. What kind of foolishness is this? It's madness. Yeah, it's like they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, and Alan Sugar in the article says most of the clubs are living from hand to mouth. And he did go on to say that, look, the biggest earner on the club's books are the players. They pay excessive amount. He says Spurs have a huge loan deal for that stadium to service. The banks still need their money. The banks still need their money. And this is all under the backdrop. If the season does get canceled and you know there is TV rights money that the clubs that the streaming agency or this media houses will try to claw back some of that money, because if they paid for 50 games or 30 games and they're only gotten 25.
Yeah, but there's an article that says Sky is saying that they won't ask back for the money.
All right, we'll talk to NBCSN then.
So that's what Sky says. The 300 and something million, they won't,
they won't ask back for it.
And
right.
Dalton is asking, come on, if it's so bent and rich.
Maybe.
You take a pay cut. But Marco.
No pay cut. No
pay cut. Marco, do you think football will start back anytime this year?
No, I don't think.
Liverpool get this trophy.
Unfortunately for Liverpool, for my team, I have to be honest. I have to face reality. To how I see things are going right now, it's not getting better. Things are getting way worse. In New York, just in New York alone, like people dying by the hundreds every day. To realistically say April for the football to come back, or even May, not in June. I don't see where this is going to start back right now, because this thing hasn't been under control. There has been no real solution towards what's going on in terms of vaccination or medication or treatment and all of that. So how football is going to start back anytime soon, I can't see it. Honestly, can't.
You can't see it.
So should they just give Liverpool the trophy, or you don't want it that way?
No, we don't. We'll play for it next year. All the bad mind people and we think so we are fret and we are worried. Me not worry. We play for it next year and we're going to beat up the whole round the next year again. We're going to double 6 points on the whole round the next year again.
It looked like said the carbon monoxide and I can't get to your brain because I don't know what you're saying.
So.
It's ridiculous.
No, honestly. We have to beat the whole round again.
Because Roy Hodgson of Crystal Palace said him don't want the league to end artificially and him don't want Liverpool to get the trophy artificially. So and I think he's saying that most clubs are leaning towards playing the rest of the games behind closed doors so to get a winner.
I don't know.
Yeah,
and honestly, behind closed doors, it's still rough. Like how is the contact between players going to go? They're going to test them right before the game.
Yes.
How they're going to get the results?
Yeah, they said they're going to do consistent testing of the players to make sure. And that's strange because I saw something that says any given game day, 240 persons are needed to get a game going. That include referees, that include spectators, that include everybody else that is included in the games. So how do you control 240 persons? You keep testing. I mean, that just seems unrealistic and seems expensive.
Exactly. With the money, with the money, with all this money talk, and I talk about clubs can't afford to pay players right now and stuff. Where you gonna get the money from to do all of that?
Yeah. So League Managers Association President or Executive Richard Bevins in an interview with BBC said that, if the league starts back, all the players should be tested. That's one of the proposals out there that Kamon brought up. But of course, the elephant in the room, the general public doesn't have access to testing. And subsequently, general public might push back on that idea of prioritizing the rich and the so-called people with money in society, giving them tests over the regular individuals. So that's one of the suggestions.
And remember, it's not only one-time testing. You have to consistently test them. So if you're going to have all these games, if you're going to have how much games leave? 11 games, I think, remaining. I mean, you have to test the players or test the 240 persons every game day. Because remember, when they leave, unless they're going to have them isolated from the rest of the world, I mean, it's like, I don't know, the logistics kind of thing.
Yeah, and that'll be a lot of tests. Big up to Reggie watching us on Facebook. Reggie says, big up Ball Chat. Listen, I agree there'll be no football until at least June or July, unless they do testing and everyone coming into the stadium. And if they do actually have fans at those games. Jason Frame says the league will be completed if it means pushing back next season. So even if it means pushing back into next season, Jason Frame believes that they will complete this season.
Dalton is saying
and that has been also mentioned.
Dalton is saying that's the reason why the Euros and Copa have cancelled, and Kerry saying the league will be completed. I ask this question all the time, and do you guys want me to say it, or you still want me to wait?
Wait. Goat mouth.
All right. Because I don't know what you guys are smoking or drinking. No football is being played until December, and the league will not be pushed. This season is an asterisk season. Next season going to be an asterisk season. They need at least a full year for wash this out of them system. They're going to roll back the season in a test format. They're going to be less games next year. I wouldn't even be surprised if the games is not even 90 minutes long. I wouldn't be surprised if the games is even 60 minutes. There's going to be so much.
Ridiculous. What are you talking about, man? What's smoking?
So, Junior mad. So look at it. Real Sociedad.
And Junior needs to speak up.
Training. So Real Sociedad start training, right?
Yeah.
And then Bundesliga, they start to train, and they're talking about playing games. Then MLS is talking about what? Having a tournament like function, and they're also talking about reducing player salary as well in MLS.
Yes, in MLS.
Gary
James says it's not logical at all from a competition standpoint or a financial standpoint for the league not to be completed, even if it's late summer and pushed back next season. Because, of course, I think that's the idea of the TV money. You still want to play out the rest of that season. I know in the EPL there's been discussion about trying to move some of that prize money to divide it equally up to the clubs so that the clubs can actually carry on their daily activities as they go on. Dalton Stewart says, Junior, stop smoke.
Listen.
And Junior, turn up your mic because you're kind of low.
Yes, like Manchester United on the table.
You hear me better now?
Yes, we can definitely hear you. Just a friend said somebody needs to test Junior.
Listen, hold on. Listen what I'm saying. Just listen.
Yes.
We are fans, and we as football family, we would love nothing more than to see the players running on the field. But guys, it is not going to happen. These players are now going to be out of active competition for 3 months. Running on the treadmill is not equal to the level of fitness that they need to have to play a football game.
That's true.
I'm telling you, it's going to push them all the way back, and I promise you, and I would bet anybody any money right now, there's going to be compromise made by the league for these players. And I'm telling you, the rules are going to change. Don't be surprised if you have more subs. Don't be surprised. And this argument about pushing the league into next year, no, because NBC, SN, they have their schedule out. They have their TV schedule out. They have their fanfare that they have scheduled. All of these things are tied into money. Trust me when I tell you this. All of these fancy talk about condensed games, play games shorter. You are not going to get a professional footballer that has their body running like a machine to change their routine just to appease your pockets. You the guys that wanted me to take 30% back. Trust me, there's a lot of compromise coming down the pipe, and I don't expect football to be back. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope the new season start. Liverpool get the trophy, start the new season.
Oh, this is where you lose me. This is where you lose me.
I try apologize.
Yeah, this is where you lose me. This is where you lose me, Juna. When you say hope Liverpool get back,
but Juna, you know me not like agree with you, but you are correct, especially the part where being game fit, match fit, it's completely different. I mean, there's so many players now. You can't go out in public. Most places are shut down, right? And then you can't really practice with anybody else. We are going to pass the ball to. It's like Marco Pratt kick the ball like a weapon in the sky because he never really has the body.
I'm not a goalkeeper at a goal for
so, and then when you talk about that, the injuries, you got to have the injuries them rack up because and Kerry know this too as a coach, you know, so if the players are not fit and you just throw them out there in the games and give them multiple games, right? The injuries are going to rack up, and then for going into next season, you're going to have half a squad injured. So it's like, you know, is it really worth it? I mean, I think they're putting more on the value, on the money versus the human cost.
And all right, football fans, we're trying to touch some more other topics before we talk forward to Marco Pratt for a little bit and get some information from him regarding his background in the sport and how he loved the sport. Why not just draw out the conversation and just gone and ruin? That's why it's a good thing to me only see you on Sunday daytime. Two other quick things that I want to talk about. Football in our backyard, quickly. The Trinidad Football Association is overseen or is not overseen by a normalization committee from FIFA. The president-elect, Mr. Williams, decided to file his case to CAS, Court of Arbitration for Sport. I mean, does he even have a chance here? Junior, in the earlier show a few weeks ago, rejected the idea or was kind of not cool with FIFA coming in and taking over football operations in Trinidad. Do you guys think FIFA has the right to, or does Mr. Williams have a case here by filing to the Court of Arbitration? And he's actually have a GoFundMe account that is helping to pay his legal fees. Marco.
Interesting. Well, trust me, I would love if FIFA would come and take over the football in Jamaica. I would love that so much. I am in agreement with it. I don't care if he's doing something under the table. Let FIFA come in, and I think it's better than what we have right now. And if Jamaica Football Federation it's better than running better than Trinidad, I think. It's good for Trinidad. It's good for Trinidad. So I would welcome that in Jamaica right now.
Yeah, and Jamaica is also in the crosshair of FIFA.
Yes.
I think the idea is that next, if they sort things out, Mr. Hadvad is now in charge in the Trinidad Football Association. Come on, you keep your eyes and ears to the ground when it comes to local football or regional football. Your thoughts on this, Mr. Williams taking his case to the Court of Arbitration against FIFA?
Look here. The first red flag was that he needed to do a GoFundMe to get the money to appeal. That is the first red flag. And he did say, to be clear, I remain president of the TTFA based on the Constitution. So I'm not aware of the constitution. I have to go do my research and see if it's actually correct. He did, but listen, Trinidad and Tobago has been in disarray for a very long time. So I'm not sure what he's fighting for, what the power grab is about. They can't play their players. Remember when the women national team coach had to beg money for the ladies to go to a competition? Remember when he had to go on Twitter and beg his friends? So I do not know what Mr. Wallace is fighting for. The TTFA needs a complete overhaul, and I think if FIFA steps in, gets it running, and put somebody capable in place. Because Mr. Wallace is not capable. Let's call a spade a spade. He was not doing a good job, and the fact that he had to beg money to send this thing in. I mean, come on, Mr. Wallace, just pack up your stuff and go. Let's go on your yard.
Junior, you get the final say on this. You don't want to touch it.
Can I say people need to... It just dawned on me. This is our...
Don't touch your face, Junior.
Man, I have to touch my face, man. Because this is damn foolishness. I'm going to tell you why it's foolishness. My first question is, why is TNT Football Association so important to FIFA? Has anybody even thought about that? What is it about Trinidad and Tobago football and their flag? Why FIFA? What is it in all of the 100 and how much nations that are playing football? Why is it that FIFA sees Trinidad and Tobago as a team that they need to step into? Something with this.
Jack Warner.
Thank you.
Exactly. Jack Warner embarrassed them. So guess what? They're going to
take it. They're taking Trinidad because of him.
But to be fair, FIFA have taken over CAF Conference Africa Football Federation. They actually have a normalization committee. I don't know if it's a Jack Warner link, but TNT is poorly run, though, as previously stated on this program by Camon.
Benton.
I'm not going to fall in a conspiracy.
It's not conspiracy theory. All TNT have to offer to football is Dwight York and Dwight York.
Come on. What is the deficit of the Trinidad Football Association? It was 500 million?
I don't remember.
Okay, all right.
But was it 5? It wasn't so much. It was 50. Yeah. Well, because remember, Warner is saying that Trinidad owe him 15.5 million.
Okay. And let's segue to Jack Warner, the U.S. Justice Department in the state of New York, District of New York filed more charges against Mr. Jack Warner again. And Jack Warner, when reached out to us, Jamaican Observer, said, why are you bothering with this stupidness? will Jack Warner ever be extradited to
Oh my God.
Hey, Jack Warner said, if all you want to be messengers for the US, go ahead. I have no problem with that. What a man feisty.
Yeah, Jack Warner will get what's coming to him. Let's just say that. He will get what's coming to him.
At what point do the US Justice Department let bygones be bygones and leave it alone to Jack Warner?
Never. Nobody going to embarrass them like that.
No, leave my lord.
All right. Gary James says politics. He says, LOL, listen to what Angelotti says about not being able to start right away once clear. He says the argument they need a month is ridiculous and disregarding players returning to play too quickly. One final point that we need to discuss before we talk to Marco briefly. JFF President Michael Ricketts said that his federation has given the Red Stripe Premier League about a $6 million relief, meaning that they don't have to pay what's owed, to the JFF. Good move, football family. Fees that the Premier League would normally be paying to the JFF, they don't have to pay them. I mean, that's a good move, right, by the JFF.
Where's the JFF? Well, the JFF letting money go or easing up on this seems strange to me. This seems very strange.
The clubs are in a dire trade.
I need to research. I need to do more research on this. Trust me, I need to do more research.
All right. Do we trust that Michael Rick's administration can do anything right? I think this is a good move, right? Come on. You're holding, you're not saying anything. Surprisingly.
No, because it is.
Big up to LD. He says, come on, you know your stuff.
Yes. But listen, we beat the JFF when they do something bad. So let us say that this is something good. Because so the West Side Premier League don't have the money. So to pay 100 out of zero is it's really, really hard. It's actually impossible. So my question is this: the JFF have $6 million for ease up on. I mean, like, I thought they were in the red. So I think, what are they doing? Are they showing their creditors that they did this for the rest of the Premier League, so they in turn need little assistance?
They need a blind.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But it is good though, because we talked about it last week that says the rest of the Premier League, the teams don't have the money. And maybe this is what they need to help them stay afloat. So, kudos to the JFF.
Yeah.
And to quote the president, he says, quote, and this is in the Jamaican Observer, he says the JFF has taken the unprecedented decision to forego on office rental to the PLCA, utilities, registration fees, contract administrative fees, home match levies, yellow and red card fees, etc., for the 2019 to 2020 season.
You realize they must have referee fees.
And they said this amount to about $6 million. So, JFF, big up yourself. Go on, do your thing.
Hold a second. Is that what per month? Is it 6 million? I'm curious. Is it per month or the entire season?
Per month? No.
We estimate this total really to be in the excess of 6 million, and it is our hope that by the JFF foregoing on the above entitlements, the club will have a little more oxygen with cash flow in order to meet budgetary obligations. End quote. He didn't say
I want to know if it's per month or it's for the entire half season, because that means the JFF will make money off a restaurant Premier League. Shame on your JFF, because the restaurant Premier League needs some help.
And president of the Premier League Club Association, Chairman Mike Henry, not president, Chairman Mike Henry really was happy for this. He said the JFF is cognizant of the economic pressure being placed on the club. So, good thing, JFF. Big up yourself. Love your decisions where you do right this up. Big up yourself. We're not beating you like, come on. Let's start forward to Marco Prattville a little bit and just get some of his background.
Yes. Sanitize me on before we start talking to me.
Hand sanitize yourself. So, Marco, when did you get attracted to football? When did you fall in love with the sport?
Well, early days, I was born in Red Hill, St. Andrew, so early as, 1981 I'm born. I'm telling my age. I look younger than my age. 39 this year, Now after then, vague memories of the 1990 World Cup, and after that, I really fell in love with the game. Used to thief out and play football. Used to get whole heap of beaten. Every evening I come home from school, football, and get beaten after. So, been just watching Premier League, the early time, Crystal Palace and Sheffield Wednesday, watching vague memories of those times, but from in that time, the early 90s, start really playing football.
And as a youth growing up, you said you remember the 1990 World Cup, but big up to Sir Company watching us from Belgium. Big up yourself on Island Sports Network. Hopefully you're safe, family out there, wherever you are in the world. As a youth growing up, I mean, you said you remember the 1990 World Cup.
Yeah.
What is the most memorable moment, whether on the global scale or local scale for you with football? Was it seeing Lothar Matthäus and Germany in 1990 World Cup? What was the most memorable moment?
To be honest about that one, I don't want nobody beat me. I'm a Brazilian fan, but it was Maradona and Claudio Caniggia. The way they used to play together, that was the number one memory about that World Cup. Maradona and Claudio Caniggia. At that time, they were the thing. They were the two players to be at the time, man. It was just It was brilliant watching them, honestly.
Yeah, they had a very good. All right, come on, and Junior, if you don't want to talk forward, I'm going to talk forward to Marco.
Yeah, man. Bring in the question, them.
Yeah. Well, one question.
When did you... Oh,
go on.
Oh, when did you decide that you were a fan of Liverpool? Like you wanted to support Liverpool. When I talk to some people, they're talking about John Barnes or the reason why. So tell me, what made you fall in love with Liverpool? Because you could fall in love with Chelsea, Arsenal, Man U. Why Liverpool?
Really? Well, that sounds tragic. That sounds like love. That sounds tragic. All right, Liverpool. My uncle was the main reason why I fell in love with Liverpool, because he is a big Liverpool fan, and when I just started playing football, I didn't really have no team. I used to just watch all the teams, and but he had a Liverpool hat, he had Liverpool sweats, everything about Liverpool. He had pictures of Barnes and Grubler and everybody. So I was like, okay. I look up to my uncle, so I took on Liverpool and no regrets.
So it's more a family connection.
Yeah, definitely.
H House watching us on Island Sports Network YouTube page. Hello family. H House says, "Are you guys big fans of Leon Bailey?" That's a question, and you guys continue. We can address that as a wrap up the show at the end. But Junior, you were gonna ask a question for Marco. We'll get to your question on Leon Bailey in a minute, H.
So Marco, since you're a Brazilian fan like me,
yes, sir.
What's your favorite Brazil national team? Like which year, which World Cup year? Because we talk about national teams by World Cup year, we talk about big sides, right? Mm-hmm. So which Brazil World Cup year is your favorite year that you remember watching?
Tough. It would have to be 94, 98, and 2002, between those three teams. But if I have to choose one, it would be 1998 squad.
The side will lose?
Yes. Honestly, 1998 squad, man. I just really love the squad and the chemistry and everything about them. Ronaldo really came to the national scene at the time. Roberto Carlos, and it was just 1998 team for me. Out of all the teams, was 1998 teams. It was easier to pick. It would have been easy to pick the 94 and 2002 team because they won. But to me, 1998 was the thing for me. It was so devastating when France beat us in the final, man. I cry eye water, ball when France beat me. Me ball eye water.
I'm going to make a blasphemous comment, but it is what it is. It wasn't until that game I recognized Zidane as a baller.
Okay, all right.
A lot of people. It's really blasphemous. Yeah. A lot of people.
Dalton Stewart said, come on, those clubs were non-existent in those days, regarding the clubs that you said that Marcus should have supported, the Arsenal, Chelsea.
Good point. That's a good point. Oh, my God.
Jason Frame said, good question, come on. So tell me what makes you support Chelsea. And we'll get to discussion in the future. Jason Frame, you have to stay tuned, maybe even next week.
But Benton, we have to ask Marco this now, because love Liverpool fans growing up. When we grew up in Jamaica, and you remember Sunday football Sunday on JBC, and they will go outside and we'll kick some ball, right? And there is a play that every Liverpool fan, and true story, I was a Liverpool fan too, so even me have this play. Hold on. So, do you remember that historic dribble by Mr. John Barnes on the touchline?
Confession is good for the soul.
That hurt me.
So John Barnes' historic dribble on the touchline.
Yeah.
And then what? He found what? Ian Rush?
No, man. But you remember that this was the thing we grew up saying that, yo, what for dribble like John Barnes on the throw line.
Okay.
There's a video out there apparently, and I think this is an urban legend.
Wasn't that a commercial?
I don't remember. To be honest, I don't
It was a
know.
Gillette
I've never
commercial, I
seen
think.
that video.
No, I think it was a Gillette commercial.
Oh, Zane?
I think so. I have to check it. But
So
yeah, man, John Barnes was the heart and soul of the Caribbean people in terms of supportship towards Liverpool. It was mainly John Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dalton Stewart said Football International Junior Pringle.
No, it named Football Sunday to Dalton at one point. If you, Football International was also Football Sunday. But yeah, you're right.
Football International came after.
Yeah.
All right, so Marco, another question I want to ask you. I mean, how has the sport itself impacted your life, if any?
Ah, man. Listen to me. Other from my family, football means everything to me.
Okay.
Trust me. Trust me. Sometimes I have actual dreams about me not able to run and kick a ball. And when I wake up, man, I wake up washing a cold sweat, man. I tell you the truth. Football has been so important to me in my everyday life. Like everywhere I go, even if I'm driving through a state or anywhere I'm going, all I'm looking for is football pitches. That's all I'm looking for. Goalposts and football pitches. That is how much football mean to me and impact my life in everything that I do. It's all about football, honestly.
And I presume you also build relationship through the sport.
Yes, a lot, especially through the Facebook group, you know.
Yeah.
And on the internet and in real life too, because I've met a lot of people in New York.
Yeah.
And through football.
And happy belated birthday to your son. Right?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Will you be teaching him football? I mean, is he gonna be a Liverpool fan?
Yeah, he's already a Liverpool fan. And funny enough, you know, this boy is a good luck charm, you know. When him born, you know, him grandmother buy him a France jersey. Some just say, you know, some not gonna fight it. Not gonna make him be a France fan. Some declare him a France fan, and France win the World Cup after that.
Yeah.
And 2017, when him just born, me buy him some Liverpool kit, but it is too big, so I wait till 18 and put the pan and everything. And Liverpool, they'd go Champions League finals and lose, and then the next year we win. And now we win the Premier League. So look at you with a good luck charm, man. Everybody know, man. Everybody knows they win already. Stop it.
Kerry James says dribble versus Brazil with the national team. Junior Pringle, Kerry James, that's Junior. Mark
that's the dribble.
Your youth are a good youth that.
Yeah, man. A good youth, man.
Go ahead, come on.
Go ahead.
Premier League back home?
Wait a second, I'm not hear that. Go ahead. Go again.
Yeah. Do you watch any games, the West Side Premier League back home?
Yeah,
Which team do you support?
To be honest, don't call me no boating, but when I go high school, I used to support Hazard because of my boy that used to play for Jamaica. No, man. He used to go Meadowbrook. Boy named man. Davis.
Yeah.
He used to go Meadowbrook.
Fabian Davis.
Hazard. What the boy name man? Not Tiga Davis.
Fabian Davis.
Huh?
Is it Fabian Davis?
No, man. He used to play defense in Jamaica, man. I'll be a red card and get him wild. Claude Davis.
Oh, Claude
Davis.
Yes, Claude Davis, man. He was my schoolmate and he used to play for Hazard. So I used to support Hazard at them time. But since 2001, 2002, it's been Honor Gardens.
Okay, Junglist.
Yeah, it's been Jungle. Yeah, it's been Honor Gardens.
One final question for you, Mark, as we wrap up the show. What do you like to see for football at the back end of this? I mean, we're seeing clubs struggling.
Oh, wow.
How you think this will have an impact on the sport on the back end of this?
What I would like to see is actually that clubs, lesser clubs, will make it through all of this, because as we know, a lot of businesses won't be opening back up after this. So I hope lesser teams, you know, like store teams that we used to, like from Sunderland, you know, teams like that. they can make it back into the game. Because you know a lot of the history of the game, those teams have written a lot in the history books of the game. So I hope that those teams can come back
Like
in the league. Yeah, Wimbledon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Manchester United. Those little teams can come back in the thing when all this is over. And for the future of the game in America, I need the kids to start playing more football. And honestly, it's terrible over here, man. Nobody really plays except Caribbean people.
Do you support the MLS team here or watch the MLS at all?
I would lean on the Red Bulls. Okay. The Red Bulls, I like them. I like the Red Bulls.
No, that touch is no longer playing for the Red Bulls. You're still supporting the Red Bulls?
Yeah, man, I'm still supporting them, man, because New York. When you're New York, you have to pick a New York team. You
know?
No. Two teams have a New York, man?
Yeah, you have to pick a team. So, no, I'm not pick the blue team there, mad. I have to pick the blue team.
See it? Hey, that's where I was going with this, because I noticed something. You support Hazard because of Claude Davis, right? And your schoolmate, so cool. Yeah. But after that, a beer red shirt team you support, man.
Yeah, beer red shirt, no.
Yeah, fix up your shirt then, man.
Manchester United, don't it? Beer red shirt. but if you look at history, you know, the most successful teams in the world, you know, we're red.
Yeah, that's scientific. No.
It's true. No, it's true. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's scientific. That's scientifically proven to that teams that wear red jerseys, it triggers a fear in the brain of the opponents. It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's scientifically proven. Yes.
No, it is. You check it, man. We can make 100% that right.
Yeah.
Dalton Stewart says, no, Marco, no. Before we wrap up the show, quickly, your thoughts on this question about, are you guys a fan of Leon Bailey?
Leon Bailey, let me go first. No. Next.
No. Come on, are you? And why aren't you a fan of Leon Bailey, Marco?
No, man, the man act like him reach far and him really is right now. You understand what I say?
Okay.
And when I see him playing on the field with players that are lesser than him, he can't do anything to uplift the players around him or even stand out. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't see the fuss about him. Maybe he's talented. Yeah, he is talented. But when you're in a situation where your talent have to show more and shine out more, it's not there. So no, I don't know. No.
Come on. You call him CONCACAF baller. Last year.
I mean, I mean, of course, I'm a fan of Leon Bailey. Thanks for the tickets to the game, Leon.
Brown envelope, man. Brown envelope. Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, because if you followed him early on, before he reached Genk, if you follow, I mean, that little boy got through something. So, you know, I like how he was resilient, and I liked, how his story, his journey started and where he is right now. I mean, no, I went to the game and I was surprised that I didn't see a lot of Leon Bailey jerseys. It was like, what's his name? Kai, whatever jersey.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure
that tells you a lot.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I move to the English Premier League is in the cards for him, but you know, for a young man, but for a young man, I am really proud of where he is.
Junior.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Bailey. I'm just not a fan of his management. I think that is we see so many mistakes that young people make on social media and with their overall persona that is being portrayed out there. I think he needs some better direction. But on the field, of course, yeah, it shows potential. But, and I said this from day one when he was at Genk, I think Genk was the team. He's at risk of just being one of the many millions of good footballers in his age range. And he's at a very important part of his career where he has to make that step up to the next level. He doesn't want to be a next Jesse Lingard, where you're at 40 years old, people still treat you like you're 18. So I need to see that development from him. And that goes into what Mark was saying. Make the players around you better.
Before we wrap up the show, football family, a bit of comical story this week. The president of Gabon Football Federation, Pierre-Alain Mongolo, said that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang needs to move from Arsenal and find a more ambitious club.
Oh, that's the greatest thing I've heard in a long while.
Why this brother being president of Gabonese football stepping into big man thing? Your thoughts?
Yes, as I say, that's a good talk. I think Aubameyang needs to leave Arsenal. Everybody can see that's a fact. Aubameyang needs to leave and go to a team like a Liverpool or a Barcelona or a Real Madrid to further his career. You know, being at Arsenal is just a stepping stone. Everybody know that.
Come on, surely you don't agree with this idea that he needs to leave for an ambitious club. Aubameyang has been scoring at a good rate for Arsenal. Seems like he has found a home. Your thoughts?
I don't know where Marco comes from with him foolishness, but listen, you know, he's one of the players that you should say should make the other players around him better. He's a good fit for Arsenal. As much as we clown Arsenal and talk about Arsenal not being a big club, I just think they need a little bit more luck. And I think, you know, with him staying there, I mean, the person they should get rid of Lacazette, but anyways, for next. But I think he's at the right club for him where he's going to be a regular starter. And I mean, if he's there for another year or 2 years, he's going to be the man, the face of Arsenal.
But is his career going to go any further? That's what we're saying. Is he going to?
Listen, man.
He's 30 years. Listen, he's 30 years old.
Thank you. Come on.
He's 30 years old. So what are we talking about? I mean, what is there? All right, let me ask you this question: 50. Is there more to his ceiling? Do you see him not the club? Do you see him improving? Do you think his level will get better or improve, or he's right where he's supposed to be? He's 30.
Correction, he's 31. June, he's 31. So he's basically 31.
His contract is set to expire at the end of 2021 season. He scored 20 goals for Arsenal in all competitions during the 2019-2020 season. Someone said, do you think he has reached his ceiling? That was one of the questions she asked. Junior?
For a man that is dependent solely on his speed, yes, he has reached his ceiling. And unless he changes his style, he cannot play with his back to the goal. And I said this in the WhatsApp group.
And stop come from the outside. Go down the middle.
I've been crying for that for over a year. And most importantly, Benton, you gave the stat. How many goals have he scored this year?
20 goals in the 2019-2020 season.
He should have scored 21 and Arsenal would have had an argument about winning the Europa Cup. So, Dirty President from Gabon, because you know more than me.
Get your TNT subscription. Football Federation.
Whoever wants it.
Arsenal must send him a bill for defamation. But listen, remember I said that Real Sociedad is starting training. But now the government come in and say it's not going to happen. So Spain is on complete lockdown.
Yeah. And by the way, Aubameyang, he led the EPL last year with 22 goals, right?
The man is where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, he tied. No, he didn't lead. He tied. Don't get it right.
He tied.
Watch it up.
You know, I think the president from Gabon I try to get a little money. He's trying to be a cheerleader. That's all he's trying to do because what he's saying makes no sense.
The president
Arsenal is a storied club.
President of Gabonese Football Association. All right, football family, wrapping it up. Yo, stay safe in a Marco Pratt.
Yeah, man.
How are things in New York, the Virgin?
Why? I want to tell you, say the people are staying in, but there's a lot of selfishness I see going on. You know, in terms of the social distancing where I work, you know, I see a lot of people, they're not practicing it. You know, most of the black people not practicing it. So you know, it's what I like about it right now is just less traffic. The air is better right now, and you know, I see more animals out. So you know, it has good sides to it.
Hopefully we can get ahead. Dalton Stewart, another Liverpool fan running. He tied with Mane and Salah.
Thank you very much. Correction. Listen, ball chat. Listen, ball chat. Don't play. What do you know? Oh.
Liverpool fans, correction. My apologies, football family. Y'all stay safe, you know. We can wrap it up, you know.
I meant before we do that, we'll have to get an announcement. We're putting together, and I think Jason Frame was the one that suggested it last week, right? So I have to give Jason Frame the credit. I think it was Jason that did it. Have to give him the credit. He suggested that we should have a FIFA game, a FIFA tournament between me and him. And I said, yo, after this week we're talking about this, I said, why not host our own FIFA tournament, right? Which is a video game. And for all the non-gamers that are out there that don't play any video games, don't worry, we have you guys in mind too. Because we want to make the Sundays go by nice and easy. So we're also thinking about some type of Jeopardy or some type of sports game where we ask football questions, we have to give the answers, and we have competitions coming down the pipe. But I don't know, however, in the near future, we're going to have a FIFA tournament. Right now, it's going to be a PlayStation tournament. I'm putting the ideas together for an Xbox tournament as well, because Marco is an Xbox player, and him feel like him better than everybody in FIFA. So
we get everybody in the world.
See that? So we get the Xbox tournament out. So look out for it. And it will be an Island Sports. So we're going to have the stream. I'm testing out the streams right now, and then we'll get information out. So if you are interested, let us know. PlayStation or Xbox, and also look out for Jeopardy coming very, very soon as well.
Okay.
All right, football family, stay tuned for programming, ball chat programming coming down the pipe. Wrap it up, football family. Yo, stay safe out the road there. Don't touch your face, come on. Marco Pratt, practice your social distancing. Football family, stay safe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Big up Liverpool, you know, and we run this now. And the people forget used to it. Don't forget used to it, and we run this now. All right.
A team that will win a Premier League trophy in 30 years.
Don't worry yourself, man. Don't worry yourself.
31.
Don't worry yourself.
31.
I will still a lead pan trophies. So we're going to time to run the place. I couldn't run it. Bojo Bantan. Big up on yourself.
You give a whole generation for running it. People. Follow us on Instagram at BallChat Podcast, on Twitter at BallChat1, on Facebook at BallChat. Also, email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to take part in the FIFA tournament, it's the latest FIFA game. FIFA 20?
Yep.
Yeah,
20.
so FIFA 2020. It's the latest FIFA game. If you want to take part in it, let us know. The spots are going up quickly. Trust me. For PlayStation, we'll probably even lock off PlayStation already. And I might ask Marco if you want to host the Xbox One. I don't have an Xbox One. Xbox is for I didn't want to say it, but people.
We work it out. We work it out. You have my number.
Yeah, we'll work it out. So email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com if you want to take part. And if you don't want to take part in the show, just like I said, Marco, part of the family, taking part in the show. We're going to have somebody on every week. So keep in contact with us. Follow us. Follow Island Sports Network. Subscribe to all the YouTube channels. And let us build this family and let us grow together and enjoy the sport together. Big up on yourself, people.
Stay safe, football family.
All right.
Later.
Bless. Yeah, man.
Bye.